Welcome. Today we're going to be going over the streaming basics. Market yourself. Tips and tricks to make it as a streamer while marketing. Who am I? Oh, I'm a spider. Look, it's me. You see, I have to give my credentials. Because last time I did a stream in which I gave advice, I had some people in chat in the comments were like, who are you to give advice when you only have 300 viewers? But I'm like, well, here's my credentials. When it comes to YugiTube, I'm the second most watched channel, which is the metric that matters the most. Most people think subscribers matter the most, right? Subscribers don't give you money. It's the views. You make money from the views. You get paid based on per 1,000 views, per monetizable views. That's the biggest metric. I'm sure everybody would give up more subs to have more views. Can you define marketing? I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, and then we come over to YugiTuber clip channels. I'm the third most viewed YugiTuber clip channel, and I'm being down 31% for the month. Not half bad. And then when it comes to the average CCV of Master Duel streamers, I'm number 8 on this list over here. So anyways, here was my performance before I went crazy. We have, I think I capped out my highest concurrent viewer rate success was 721, whatchamacallit. I stopped doing all the things I'm about to tell you guys. So, what do you focus on when you stream? I don't know, I don't remember. Clips, right. Clips are good because they're a condensed version of your long content. And if you can show your long content is worthwhile, people will be more likely to convert. When it comes to making clip contents, that is your most important thing you can do, because clips are so incredibly valuable for showing off what you do in a stream. They are the best forms of advertisements. Here, let me hide some stuff because it's mucking up the screen. What is the graph down there? Excellent question. So over here we have, is my mouse showing? I'll use this as a mouse. So over here we have a stream idea that was specifically designed for clips, a tier list. And here is how it performed live. It had, while the tier list was going on, we had around 302 CCV, which is concurrent viewer rates. And the clip itself has 18,000 views from 8 days ago, which is pretty decent. That's pretty good. And then we have over here, the CCV was at 518. That's pretty good. That means we had over 500 people watching when this clip was created. However, the video that it has only has 14,000 views, which is actually not half bad for it. But this is just to show that if you're creating content specifically for clips, it doesn't always correlate into high views. And just because you have something with high views doesn't mean it correlates into something that makes a good clip. So what I'm trying to say here is that it's still worth it to put a lot of effort into something, even if it doesn't correlate into a high concurrent viewer count. You got it? So these are some clips that were just taking normal things from a stream and just like making clips of them, where it was basically a conversation, a collab, and another conversation. So these have terrible views. 3,000, 3,000, 8,000, and 5,000. The normal amount of views for a video is like 10,000. So anything under 10,000 is bad. And the reason I show this is because this is what most streamers do, that I've seen anyway, who like, you know, aren't doing very well. Is like, this is their whole content. It's just like talking and not doing anything special on stream to make a clippable thing. And also, collabs themselves do not create good clips, and also don't really get too many views, but they are valuable for forming connections. You just don't really get the direct benefits of it. Collabs and conversations are really fun. Yeah, they can be fun, but they don't make for good clips or for good content, to be honest. What's so funny is that collaborations are super duper important for like the growth of your stream, but they do not translate to good views or clips. It's one of those things where it's definitely worth doing, but like you have to be careful about like. So here's another excellent example. I have my CCV, channel performance over time. See over here when it was performing super well. Do you want to know when I opened my clip channel? Apparently it was in January of 2022, which correlates with right here. It actually should be moved over a little bit. So as you can see the graph, so we have the graph over here of the clip channel reaching 2.3 million views in May. And that's also when I had the highest amount of CCV. It's almost like my clip channel's views mirror the amount of CCV I get for streaming. I don't know of a better indicator of just like how much clips help your streams than this graph right here. And if anything, here is another example. So, some people have also said in the past, oh, but the Duel Logs, of course you get tons of views and tons of stream views. It's because you already have so many big YouTube channels. People are just going to watch you anyway. Well, that's true to an extent. Here's my World of Warcraft channel. I also stream on my World of Warcraft channel just as much, if not more, than my main channel. And this number over here for this graph, this is a 50 and this is 75. I never get above 100 viewers, except like when I get a raid. I think this was a raid or something. So I stream just as much on my World of Warcraft channel pretty much every other day, just like I do over here. And I don't stream only World of Warcraft. I also stream other stuff as well, too. Sometimes I even stream Yu-Gi-Oh! Over here. And the current viewer rate is garbage. I think my concurrent viewer rate is like 30 or 50 or 40, which is still more than the average person would have. But this is just to prove that even if you do have a big internal audience, a big start, you still have to do things correctly. And the reason this channel performs so poorly is because the streams themselves have 0 clips. I don't even post VODs anywhere. In addition to no clips, I don't do anything worth clipping. All I do is just play games and have fun and talk to chat. You know, like what most streams should be, basically, you know? All you're doing is playing video games and talking to chat. That's how you have fun. It also makes for incredibly boring, unmarketable content. I wouldn't say it's boring. I love the secret streams. They're super fun to do. And a lot of people who watch them have told me, like, wow, these are better than your main streams. And I'm just like, they're fun. I wouldn't say they're better, though, because I put way more effort into this garbage over here than this one, which is a lot more fun, honestly. Like, as soon as I was done with my subathon, I was like, I never want to stream again. And later that night, I streamed with a secret stream, this one over here, because it doesn't really feel like streaming. Because I'm just having a good old time. There's no pressure. I don't even have affiliate enabled, so you can't give me money. There is absolutely no incentive to do it other than just having fun streaming. And I do it very often. This is to say, if all you do is just enjoy streaming for fun, expect low numbers. If you want to take it seriously, well, marketing yourself is very important. Do you stress about your success or becoming more successful? I think so to an extent. It's like so natural to me that I don't even think about it, I guess. The best part of this is that you don't need to do it. You just need to pay people to edit videos for you. Ooh, let's get to that. What skills do you need in order to market yourself better? I'm a ghost. Skills for streaming / content creation. If you wish to be a streamer and or content creator, you need to be able to act. Take acting lessons, watch videos on how to act. You need practice. You need to be able to talk nonstop. Hey, look, I can see my little tongue, wait, if I do this, does it stick the tongue out? Voice acting, not necessary, but it definitely helps. The ability to clickbait is probably the best thing you can have. You need some graphic design, basic graphic design skills. You need video editing skills. You need networking skills. You need the ability to organize yourself and manage your time. And of course, the ability to research and properly analyze data to see like what data even means anything. I know a good example of it. So there's this really great thing I've seen, a really good example of like how so many people improperly analyze their data. And that's, have you ever watched a video where the video starts off and they're like, hey guys, here's my video. Also, before we get started, make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, now let's get into the video. So the reason that's bad is because you haven't given them any reason to want to like or subscribe or do anything because they haven't seen anything. This is the first video they ever watched. There's no reason to do any of that. However, the data shows that the most amount of people watching your video are at the beginning of it. So based on that data, you would think, hey, I need to do my call of action when I have the most amount of people, and the most amount of people is at the beginning of the video. But that's how to incorrectly use your data. So you need proper data management skill. And then we have to get more specific. You have to be able to perform in front of an audience. Thankfully, I worked at an entertainment place for 5 years before I started YouTube, so this was pretty easy for me. Even though I have a naturally incredibly monotone voice. You need to be able to edit your own clips. I see very few people who do this. You need to be able to make good titles, craft good thumbnails, make connections with content creators. You have to network, manage yours and other people's time. So many streamers I know are just absolutely terrible with sticking to a schedule. And learn how to read data effectively. I've already explained that over here. So, hey guys, let's make a clip together. I'm not just going to tell you guys to make clips and then not explain how to do it. So we have an example one from a VOD that I have. This is free-to-play Dark Magician versus a Blue Eyes. This is the clip we're going to be making a video on. First, we need a title for this. So, chat, what is a good title for a duel against a free-to-play Dark Magician deck versus a Blue Eyes on lap? Is it free-to-play Dark Magician? Free-to-play Dark Magician Showcase? Dark Magician versus the Blue Eyes? Dark Magician Master Duel? Gotta get that SEO in there. Is it cool new free-to-play deck? Or you won't believe? Blue Eyes lost to what? This duel was crazy. What an end? Let me explain why all these are bad titles. It's because, like, they don't... There's no reason to want to watch the video from any of these. Except for maybe Dark Magician Master Duel, just because people really love or Dark Magician versus Blue Eyes. These two might actually be the best of this bunch. But these are so bare bones. Like, you have to remember your videos are being watched by people who have never heard of you before. That is your target audience. You have to attract new people in order to grow. So you're not enticing anyone by just saying free-to-play Dark Magician. Well, I mean, that's not true. This first one might actually not do have bad. That is a bad example because this actually might work. This changes everything. What if I like being tiny? Well, then don't watch my video. There's also these ones right here. You see a lot of like big content creators who will have titles like these. And you'll think, wow, it works for them. They're getting lots of views. Well, that's because they already have branding established where people watch their videos no matter what. So they're just getting views that way. They would perform better if they put more effort into it. Like, you won't believe? Believe what? Blue Eyes lost to what? For the most part, people don't like to be tricked. They want to know what's in a video because people, even if they don't think they do, they value their time. So we go over to better examples. These are basically just more words to describe what's come over here. Does free-to-play Dark Magician even work? Basically just ask a question about the deck and then answer it in the video. Floodgate Turbo is the way to play DM. Dark Magicians are good as long as they have tons of floodgates. A free-to-play Dark Magician deck that actually wins. Lore Duel Dark Magician versus the Blue Eyes in competitive. Basically, they're just variations of these ones, but with more words to describe what's actually happening in the video. Just think of titles as like light novel titles where there's so many videos you're competing against when people are looking through stuff that you kind of have to give them like a synopsis of the video in the title. And you have to do it in a clear way that's also using as few words as possible. That also, there's another thing, most mobile devices will cut off like the first, after the first 40 words. So you need to have the first 40 words of your title have the most important part of it, which makes it even harder. Now, let's make a thumbnail. Now that we have a potential title. Okay, well, the slideshow isn't working, but anyways, here's our first thumbnail. So we have free-to-play Dark Magicians. Oh, I can probably put chat back on screen. So for this first thumbnail, we have a nice purple background with the Dark Magician card front and center, and then we have free-to-play Dark Magician as its logo. Just remember, when it comes to making a thumbnail, you do not need to repeat the title of the video in here. In fact, it's an additional way to clickbait even further. It should almost always be different than what's in your title. However, there's some problems with this one. This text is way too small, and also it doesn't have any borders, and it's just super barren. Let's improve it a little bit. Look, I added a border to it. Now it's a lot more seeable, but now we just need to make the text bigger and rearrange this so that it shows up a little bit better. There we go. Now this looks like a proper thumbnail. All we're doing is just rearranging the text a little bit, giving it a black border so it pops out compared to the background, and then moving Dark Magician over front and center over here. But we can go a little bit further than this. Look at this. We improved the text even further. I mean, improved is subjective in this case. But what you want to do is make the text as big as possible because you got to make sure people can see it from phones and that it stands out from everybody else. And the best way to stand out is to be big and loud. Let's go even further and add some fancy shit to it. Hey, look, even the Dark Magician is even popping out a little bit. This is completely unnecessary. And honestly, this one's probably fine to go, but we can also have some fun with it. Or we can just make it as big and obnoxious as possible. Look how huge this text is. It takes up like 2/3 of the thumbnail, and you just basically have this guy right here. These are some excellent clickbaity thumbnails. Now, how do we edit clips? Mr. Logs, what about showing boo? What are you talking about? Well, in order to learn how to edit clips, you just go to YouTube, watch tutorials on YouTube. You see, in order to edit clips, what you need to do is download a editing software. I'm going to show you guys how to edit clips in Sony Vegas. Real quickly, we're going to edit the Dark Magician clip. Let's see here. Over here, we have a whole stream VOD. It's like two and a half hours long. How much is Sony Vegas? It's incredibly expensive, unless you buy it on the Humble Bundle for like 20 bucks. There is also other free softwares. I don't know what they are though. But honestly, the editing that I use is so ridiculously simple that you could use Windows Movie Maker and accomplish the same thing. So first what we're gonna do is look for the clip. Oh, here it is, it's right here. Okay, that's the end of the clip. Cut, end, and then we look for the beginning of the clip. Okay, so I'm gonna take off this little bit right here, copy it, start of Duel. Okay, and then what I do is just go through and cut out all the dead space. And this takes kind of a while. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the sound in here and I'm just cutting it and just removing everything where there's no sound, because it's generally where nothing is happening. That's also why I have the sound effects turned up. That way, if something does happen, it shows up over here. Yeah, dead space, like Dead Space. That's the name of a video game, right? Is it called Dead Space or Dead something else? Oh, I'm doing the hardest thing in the world right now, which is editing one of my clips. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't believe how ridiculously hard this is, guys. One of the best ways to market yourself. I can't believe it's this ridiculously hard. Oh, that's the victory music. We're done. How long is this? This is a 5-minute clip. Super easy. I could actually make this longer so that it gets more ad revenue by adding this second part to it as well, because I think I win my next duel too. Yeah, they get completely blown out by the floodgates.
Oh yeah, Magician Souls is...
You feel called out? What I love about talking to corporate VTubers is like they understand exactly... I'm going to make this clip longer. One of the things I love about talking to corporate VTubers is they understand how important this is. Like, I have a friend who has like a medical problem where she literally cannot like edit her own videos because it just hurts her hands too much. And even then, she'll still do it. And she joined a corporation specifically because she knew how important it was, and a corporation would be able to hire editors to do it for her or give her the necessary people in order to do it, just because it is just that ridiculously important. The hard part of editing is syncing it with music. Yeah, you don't even do that for clips. This isn't even like real editing. This is just editing clips. However, this is like the bare bones editing. You know, you can add advanced stuff as you learn more techniques with your editing. I could show you like other things to do, but that would require me to actually watch the clips too. I'm just showing you guys how easy it is to edit your clips. Like the bare bones of it. If we were gonna go fancy and add text and everything, then it starts to get a little bit more time consuming, but still not that bad. Especially if you want to make like a short video, it's only like a minute long because they only restrict it to a minute. Only having to do it for a minute is not that difficult. Adding text is super hard.
They quit?
Yeah, I should probably end it after this part over here. Now let's see how long the clip is. 8 minutes and 5 seconds. That's enough for ads. Excellent. This clip is good to go. And then we render it out and we're basically good. In order to make the clip even better, what you could do is go through and watch the video and then like add in zooms when something funny is said.
Oh, blue eyes.
Oh my god, he said, oh crap, he revealed a blue eyes. So we're gonna come over here and then zoom in on the top right hand corner, and he said,
oh crap, they revealed the blue eyes.
Oh, then it goes back. Oh my god, these edits are so hard. Oh my god,
crap, they revealed the blue eyes.
Oh, let's add some text to this. Oh crap, he revealed a blue eyes. And then we'll match it up for when it zooms in over here. And then we'll make it big to match this. Okay.
Oh crap, they revealed the blue eyes.
And then we cut it off when it goes away.
Oh crap, they revealed the blue eyes.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, this is so hard. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. on, I forgot what it was. Clips? Making clips? Anyways, who wants to play some Yu-Gi-Oh now? Marketing. All right, right. Yeah, one of the best ways to market your stream is to make your own clips. And I can tell you, everybody who I've told this to has basically just brushed me off and been like, that's too much work, though. I ain't got time for that. I was like, okay, I guess you don't want to grow then.